Minecraft is a game with infinite possibilities and endless ways to play, from survival to creative, from vanilla to heavily modded, each having their own unique charms and goals alongside your own goals for your world. So why is it so easy to drop the game after just 2 weeks of playing a world? Why is it that after defeating the dragon, claiming the elytra, and getting the best gear, you slowly lose all motivation to continue the world that you were once so excited to begin? In this video, I'm going to dive into this concept and bring up many points on why getting the best gear might not actually be the reason that you're losing motivation. Many people have talked about the elytra being the SMP killer, and there's a lot of good reasons for this. The elytra is the most powerful form of transportation in the game, providing you with not only the fastest way to travel, but also allows the most access through rough terrain as well. It is an amazing tool, and the game undoubtedly changed significantly when it was released. And I would argue in a vacuum, it changed for the better. But it can also diminish the value of a lot of the builds you've made if you're not careful with when and how often you use it. In the past few months, I've been pretty quiet on YouTube. I haven't been posting much of anything beyond the odd live stream here and there. The reason for this is because I've been experimenting with the fundamentals of what keeps me motivated in Minecraft, and what causes me to become demotivated from playing a specific world. I started this experiment out by doing something I've never done before. I started a peaceful Minecraft world. My goal in peaceful Minecraft was simple. Take away every distraction from what I believe to be the core unique nature of Minecraft. Building and creating a world that feels good to live in. There's no mobs to fight, no hunger to worry about, and no real danger of dying. And in most cases, no way to reach the end and actually beat the game. All I was allowed to do was get good tools, and build to my heart's content. All was good for a while, but I still ended up losing motivation. I started to think about why I wouldn't just play in creative mode or just cheat in the best gear so I can build more efficiently. So let's break it down real quick. Peaceful Minecraft was good because it allowed me to focus more on things that I haven't done before, but it wasn't good because I didn't have any of the normal side quests that would help me satisfy my ADHD desire for doing random stuff sometimes. This brought me to my next experiment. Playing Minecraft, but with defined, unique goals that I set out to achieve in a normal survival setting. For this experiment, I started a server with my friends, and I allowed myself to install all the Vanilla Plus mods I enjoyed playing with. This includes all the normal performance optimizations on top of better inventory management and a minimap mod. I allowed myself to basically do whatever I wanted beyond cheating in items and switching off survival mode. What was interesting about this experiment is I unintentionally avoided to collect a lot of resources and make good tools because I spent so much time trying to achieve the random tasks I set out at the start of the server. Especially a specific task where I tried to kill one of my friends with falling dripstone. This might be where you expect me to say that because I avoided gathering resources and progressing the game quicker, I stayed motivated for much longer and it was a great success. But that isn't quite what happened. This is when I learned something about myself. Something that was preventing me from enjoying the server to its fullest, and it went against my core understanding of why I believe many worlds or servers fail within the first 2 weeks. I was frustrated because building was taking far too long without having incredibly efficient gear. On this server, I learned that I have a baseline level of what type of gear I want to eventually accrue to enjoy the game in an ideal sense. I believe that this is the key to enjoying the game to its fullest extent. Understanding what is on the baseline list, but also what is not on this baseline list of tools. For me, that list is the most efficient mining tools, netherite pickaxe, axe, and shovel with efficiency 5, and a full-size beacon so I can access haste 2 in order to obtain blocks much more efficiently for building. Notably, my list does not include a few things that are postmarks for obtaining the best gear in Minecraft. netherite armor, weapons, and the elytra. These are things that do not help me enjoy the game and may, in some cases, cause me to enjoy the game less if I'm abusing these tools. Before I go deeper into this concept for myself, I want to bring up that your ideal tools for enjoying Minecraft the most are likely going to be slightly, if not very different from mine. How you enjoy playing the game is up to you. That is part of the beauty of Minecraft. Now, let's dive into why I dismissed some items from my list, and why you might do the same for yours. Starting with efficient armor. One of the key characteristics of survival from Creative is that dying is often part of the game. Some people might see it as an annoyance, but I see it as a clever distraction or challenge to keep me engaged with the game, as long as it doesn't happen too often. For this reason, I often neglect to grind for the highest protection of gear and often instead opt for utility, such as Swift Sleek leggings, Soul Speed boots, or Aqua Affinity or Respiration helmets. I usually even go beyond this and try to obtain chainmail variants of all these armors from mobs as a fun side quest. This makes it still feasible that I may die in the world, but still provides me with tools to subvert some of the natural setbacks that the game throws at me. Now, for the next topic, the elytra. I don't think I've used an elytra in over a year in survival Minecraft. I too often find myself using it so frequently that all of the paths and bridges I made throughout my world become nothing but distractions. This might not be a problem for some people, but I'm a person who likes to build things with intention. Building functional things is something I've learned that keeps me very engaged with the world, and helps me stay attached to it, and thus, less likely to quit. One of my most successful servers that lasted over 2 months was a server where I built this massive staircase up a huge mountain where my base was located. Every time I would go from the plains to my base, I would climb the staircase and be reminded of the work I put into the staircase every time. Getting and using an elytra would subvert all of the effort I put into this staircase and could cause me to lose my attachment to the world. As a reminder, I want to point out that I never said that getting the best gear is bad. I think it can be very useful for the enjoyment of the game, especially depending on what type of player you are, and the elytra can be an extremely good tool as well, especially for exploring to find a cool new spot for a build. The purpose of this video is to bring light to different ways to play the game and offer a new concept as to what getting good gear truly means to you and the way that you choose to play the game. Minecraft is not an MMORPG where the goal is to get the highest level of gear as quickly as possible, but Minecraft is a game where you are allowed to do those things, and in some cases, it might be the right move for you. Don't forget that the core of this game is a sandbox game where you can pretty much do whatever you want, and realistically, there are very few goals actually defined for you in-game. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy this type of content, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, as I'd love to make more videos like this in the future. See you next time!